Publication history. The Star brand was created by Marvel Comics editor-in-chief Jim Shooter to be the flagship series of the New Universe line. Mark Gruenwald's notes from the meeting in which the New Universe concept was fleshed out indicate that the original title was Willpower and that the name Star brand was taken from an unused concept by Archie Goodwin. The series was originally written by Shooter. The New Universe had no budget with which to hire big-name talent, so it was to Shooter's surprise that John Romita Jr., a rising industry star, and Al Williamson, an esteemed comics veteran, volunteered to be the penciler and inker, respectively, of Star brand. The stories followed protagonist Ken Connell in his struggle to use his near-limitless power in the right way. Jim Shooter's run on Star brand was unique in that, unlike nearly every other superhero comic up to that time, it was not told from omniscient point of view and instead showed only Ken Connell's first-hand experiences. After issue number 7, Shooter was fired from Marvel and Romita and Williamson left the series. Star brand was taken down to bi-monthly status and consisted of fill-in issues for the next half-year. John Byrne, at the prompting of New Universe editor Howard Mackie, a close friend of Byrne's, took over both the writing and breakdowns with issue number 11. Shortly after, a meeting between Byrne, Mackie, and DP7 writer Mark Gruenwald was held to come up with a plot device to raise interest in the New Universe. The idea of the Star brand destroying Pittsburgh was devised at this meeting and implemented in the Star brand number 12. Following this issue, Ken Connell was reduced to a supporting character, and the series became a more generalized account of the effects of the Star brand on humankind. The series was cancelled with issue number 19. Powers and abilities. The Star brand grants the bearer potentially infinite power, limited in application only by their imagination. What this actually means in execution varies with each depiction, though it usually includes the traditional superpowers of flight, invulnerability, super strength and energy blasts. One user transferred the Star brand to an inanimate object, an asteroid, in hope of ridding themselves of the burden of the power. The brand, unchecked by a higher intelligence, released a huge amount of force in a single blast, bombarding the Earth with mutating energy, endowing a small percentage of all living humans with various paranormal traits and abilities, an occurrence called the White Event. Wielders. There were 4 men who wielded the power of the Star brand during the course of the original series run. The Old Man is the first known wielder of the brand. Originally he claimed to be an alien warrior. Later it was revealed that he was a centuries-old Dutch trader who had received the Star brand from a blast from the sky and had been kept alive by its power. After his failure to get rid of the Star brand by placing it on an asteroid in space, an action that triggered the White Event, he returned to Earth and gave the brand to Ken Connell. Later, regretting this decision, he attempted to trick or terrorize Connell into giving the brand back to him. He was eventually revealed to be an older version of Connell himself, who had been thrown 500 years into the past by the Star Child. Kenneth Connell is the main character through most of the series. He is a car mechanic from Pittsburgh who receives the Star brand from the Old Man in the woods while dirtbagging. Ken tries to use his powers to help others but is plagued by his limited knowledge of the power and questions of how much he can do without abusing it. He was given a costume by the Old Man based upon his dirtbagging suit. Later, at the urging of his girlfriend Madeline Debbie the Duck Felix, Connell became a traditional superhero, the first of his kind on the New Universe version of Earth, donning a spandex bodysuit and mask to openly thwart terrorists. However, during a battle with the Old Man he became flooded with excess power, and by transferring the excess to a non-living object, he unintentionally destroyed Pittsburgh in what became known as the Black Event, in contrast to the White Event. His guilt and the unstable power of the brand drove him insane, and for a year he wandered the Earth aimlessly, stripped of his powers by the Star Child. He eventually regained his sanity and contributed to removing the Star brand from his universe. The Star Child is biologically the son of Ken Connell and Madeline Felix. Conceived while Connell wielded the Star brand, he was born fully possessed and conscious of its power, growing at an extremely accelerated rate both physically and mentally. He birthed himself by bursting out of Felix's womb, unintentionally killing her in the process. In contrast to his father, he had a strong understanding of the Star brand, but almost no understanding of the ways of the world. After several naive attempts to improve the world, he retreated to space to meditate for an extended time on how best to apply his potential. Eventually, he realized that the Star brand was a cosmic anomaly, having effectively created itself due to a time paradox, and that he, his father, and the Old Man were all actually the same person. The Star Child managed to seal the Star brand's power away by gathering himself, Connell, and the Old Man together and locking them into a loop of time. However, the Star Child neglected to isolate the power which had accidentally been transferred to pilot Jim Hanrahan. Jacob Burnsley was chosen by the Star Child to watch over the world while he contemplated the Star brand's role in isolation. The Star Child chose Burnsley, a retired janitor and veteran of World War II, for his age and perceived wisdom. Burnsley was more eager to use the power than Connell, but his attempts at large-scale improvements to the world, such as the restoration of Pittsburgh, met with only limited success. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, thanks.